You won't believe what Katt Williams just revealed. In a shocking turn of events, Katt Williams goes off, spilling secrets about two of the biggest names in the music industry, Jay-Z and Kanye West. Fans and insiders alike are in complete disbelief as the comedian drops bombshell after bombshell, exposing truths that nobody dared to talk about before. From hidden alliances to controversial decisions, Katt Williams leaves no stone unturned. And the streets are buzzing with this explosive revelation. Imagine the drama when someone like Katt Williams, known for speaking his mind and holding nothing back, points the spotlight on the industry giants. People are already talking, and social media is going wild with reactions. Everyone wants to know, what exactly did he reveal? How will Jay-Z and Kanye respond to this shocking exposure? The tension is real, and this is one of those rare moments where comedy meets raw truth in the music world. Stay tuned as we break down every detail of Katt Williams' shocking revelations. This isn't just gossip, this is a look behind the curtain at what really goes on behind the scenes in hip-hop's biggest power plays. From the streets to the industry insiders, everyone is reacting, and you need to hear it to believe it. So buckle up, because this story is about to take you on a roller coaster ride through scandal, betrayal, and secrets finally coming to light. Don't blink, the next few minutes could completely change how you see some of the biggest names in hip-hop. Katt Williams was on stage. His energy electric, the crowd hanging on every word. What started as a regular comedy set quickly turned into something nobody expected. With a sharp glance and a voice full of intensity, he began revealing details about two of the most powerful names in hip-hop, Jay-Z and Kanye West. The audience leaned in as Katt spoke, his tone serious, almost like he was letting them in on secrets the world wasn't ready to hear. Every sentence carried weight. Every pause built tension. He started with Jay-Z, describing hidden alliances and calculated moves that had shaped the music industry in ways most people would never understand. Katt explained that some decisions weren't just business strategies. They were maneuvers that affected the careers of other artists, sometimes in controversial ways. He painted a picture of Jay-Z as a mastermind, someone always thinking several steps ahead, while others were caught off guard. The crowd murmured, some nodding in agreement, others wide-eyed, trying to process the magnitude of what was being revealed. Then, the conversation shifted to Kanye West. Katt's voice grew more intense, and the energy in the room changed. He claimed that Kanye had made decisions that shocked even those closest to him. Decisions that prioritized fame and career over almost everything else. Katt hinted at sacrifices and actions that fans could never imagine, describing moments that revealed the lengths Kanye would go to maintain his position at the top. The audience reacted immediately, some laughing nervously, others silent, captivated by the intensity of the revelations. The comedian didn't hold back. He detailed situations where Kanye's actions had ripple effects across the industry. Collaborations that never happened, opportunities lost, alliances broken, all of it tied back to decisions that the public had never seen. People in the crowd recorded every moment, and within minutes, clips were circulating online. Social media lit up with reactions ranging from disbelief to outrage. Fans debated whether what Katt said was true or exaggerated. But no one could deny the impact of the revelations as Katt continued. He connected the dots between Jay-Z and Kanye, showing how their paths had crossed in ways that weren't obvious to the public. He spoke of private meetings, behind-the-scenes negotiations, and strategic choices that affected the direction of hip-hop itself. The audience reacted with a mix of astonishment and excitement, fully aware they were witnessing something extraordinary. Every anecdote Katt shared felt like a piece of a larger puzzle, revealing a network of influence and power few outsiders understood. He also addressed the personal side of the story. Katt described moments of tension and conflict, painting a vivid picture of relationships strained by ambition, ego, and the relentless pursuit of success. He explained that some actions taken by these industry giants had consequences not just professionally, but personally, impacting those around them in ways fans couldn't see. The energy in the room intensified as the gravity of these stories sank in. with the audience reacting to each revelation with gasps, laughter, or stunned silence. By the time Katt reached the midpoint of his set, the crowd was fully captivated. Every story, every insight added layers to a picture that had previously been hidden from public view. He described industry maneuvers, controversial choices, and the unexpected fallout of decisions made behind closed doors. The tension and drama were palpable, leaving the audience hanging on each word. Social media users who had watched the clips began theorizing, debating, and sharing, creating a ripple effect that amplified the story far beyond the walls of the venue. Katt's storytelling also emphasized the broader impact of these revelations. He explained that the choices of Jay-Z and Kanye weren't isolated, they had shaped trends, influenced emerging artists, and changed the dynamics of the music business. Each revelation was a reminder that behind the fame and the public personas, there were complex power plays and decisions that determined the direction of the industry. Fans watching online and in the room could feel the weight of these truths, the layers of influence and strategy that had gone unnoticed until now. As the set continued, Katt painted vivid scenes of interactions, private discussions, and industry conflicts, connecting dots that few had ever considered. He described how decisions made in boardrooms and private meetings had trickled down to affect careers, collaborations, and the perception of these artists in the public eye. The audience hung on every word, the energy building to a crescendo as each new revelation landed. Katt Williams didn't just reveal facts. He told a story, weaving humor, drama, and insider knowledge into a narrative that captivated the audience. From hidden alliances to controversial choices, from professional conflicts to personal sacrifices, every detail added depth to a portrait of Jay-Z and Kanye that few had ever seen. Fans watching online shared clips with captions like "Unbelievable" and "I can't believe he said that," propelling the story into the social media spotlight. The audience was left in awe, eager for more. Katt had opened a window into a world most people only glimpsed through headlines, showing the intricate web of power, ambition, and strategy that shaped the lives of some of the most famous figures in hip-hop. The revelations were shocking, the storytelling compelling, and the impact undeniable. Fans knew this was only the beginning, and anticipation for the story was already building. As social media exploded with discussions, theories, and reactions to everything Katt had said, Katt Williams wasn't done yet. As the crowd settled from the first wave of revelations, he leaned in closer, his voice low but intense, signaling that what he was about to say next would hit even harder. The energy in the room shifted. People knew they were on the edge of hearing something truly explosive. He began unpacking the deeper layers of his claims about Jay-Z and Kanye West, revealing stories that went beyond industry drama and into territory that few expected him to touch. He started with Kanye, recounting moments from the rapper's rise to fame that had been hidden from the public eye. According to Katt, Kanye had made decisions that seemed shocking on the surface but made perfect sense when viewed through the lens of ambition and survival in the industry. Katt described situations where Kanye allegedly sacrificed personal relationships and opportunities for the sake of building his empire. The audience listened in stunned silence as he painted a picture of a man who would go to extraordinary lengths to protect his vision, no matter the cost. Then came Jay-Z. Katt delved into the rapper's business acumen and strategic mindset, illustrating how some of Jay-Z's most public moves were actually covered for private deals and alliances. He revealed how these actions affected other artists, creating a ripple effect throughout the industry. The stories were detailed, vivid, and precise, suggesting insider knowledge that few had ever witnessed. Fans in the audience exchanged glances, some whispering in disbelief, others nodding in recognition. As the layers of Jay-Z's influence began to unfold before them, Katt didn't just focus on individual actions. He connected the dots between Kanye and Jay-Z, explaining how their paths had intersected in ways that shaped hip-hop culture itself. He pointed out moments when alliances were formed, broken, or tested, highlighting the tension and ambition that existed behind the polished public personas. The crowd hung on every word, captivated by the idea that the stories they thought they knew were just the tip of the iceberg. Just the tip of the iceberg. The comedian then shifted to the human side of the drama. He spoke of pressures, expectations, and sacrifices, emphasizing that fame and success often came with personal costs. Kanye's decisions, according to Katt, had caused strain not only in his professional circle, but also in his personal life. Jay-Z's calculated maneuvers, while effective, had created an environment where trust was fragile and loyalty was constantly tested. The audience felt the weight of these truths, realizing that behind the glitz and glamour of celebrity life were complex human stories filled with ambition, tension, and sacrifice. Social media reactions were instantaneous. Clips of Katt's revelations about Kanye West's personal and professional choices flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans debated the validity of his claims, while others praised his courage for speaking truths that many had suspected but never confirmed. The conversation extended beyond the venue, spilling into online forums, comment sections, and fan groups. Hashtags like #Katt Williams, #KANYE exposed, and #Jay-Z secrets began trending. Paramollifying the reach of the story, Katt also hinted at specific incidents that fans had never connected publicly. He described meetings, negotiations, and conflicts that revealed the hidden dynamics of the industry. Some were small but telling. Others were major events that changed the course of careers. His storytelling made each moment feel real, tangible, and impossible to ignore. By presenting these events as part of a larger narrative, Katt showed the audience the web of influence, ambition, and strategy that defined hip-hop's biggest names. As the story unfolded, Katt Williams emphasized the role of loyalty, betrayal, and reputation in the industry. He illustrated how decisions that seemed minor at the time could have far-reaching consequences, affecting collaborations, record deals, and even public perception. The audience reacted viscerally, with some gasping, some whispering in disbelief, and others nodding in recognition of the patterns Katt described. The tension in the room was palpable. Everyone present could feel they were witnessing history being recounted live. The narrative continued with detailed accounts of rivalries, alliances, and strategic moves. Katt described how certain key players had influenced both Kanye and Jay-Z behind the scenes, shaping the decisions that would eventually lead to public controversies and unexpected outcomes. The layers of intrigue and complexity added depth to the story, making it clear that the surface-level headlines the public saw were only a fraction of the truth. Throughout the set, Katt maintained a balance of humor and intensity, ensuring that the revelations landed while keeping the audience engaged. His timing, inflection, and delivery made the stories feel immediate and impactful. Every anecdote added to the sense that the audience was receiving insider knowledge that would never make it into mainstream headlines. Fans in the venue and online felt the thrill of being among the few to witness these revelations firsthand. The focus shifted to consequences. Katt detailed how Kanye and Jay-Z's actions affected emerging artists, collaborations, and the overall landscape of hip-hop. The decisions made behind closed doors had ripple effects that shaped opportunities and perceptions, sometimes in ways that only became visible years later. Katt's insights painted a complex picture of cause and effect, showing that the industry was not just about talent or fame, but also strategy, influence, and maneuvering. The energy in the room and online was electric. Clips of Katt's statements about Jay-Z's secret dealings and Kanye's personal sacrifices were shared millions of times, sparking heated debates and widespread curiosity. Fans analyzed every word, discussing potential confirmations or contradictions in other media, while newcomers to the story were drawn in by the sensational nature of the revelations. The viral effect was undeniable. It was clear that the story was far from over. Katt Williams had set the stage for even deeper revelations, leaving the audience desperate. He had connected dots, revealed hidden truths, and painted a picture of the music industry that challenged public perception. The streets, online communities, and fans everywhere were talking, reacting, and sharing. The anticipation for what came next was palpable, ensuring that this story would continue to dominate conversations for days to come. The tension in the room was thick as Katt Williams leaned into the microphone, pausing briefly to let the audience absorb what he had just revealed. People were on edge, murmuring to each other, but everyone was glued to the stage. Katt's energy was electric, and he knew exactly how to command the room. He began diving deeper into the stories he had teased about Jay-Z and Kanye West, exposing layers of drama that most fans could only speculate about until now. He started by recounting behind-the-scenes conflicts between Jay-Z and his peers in the industry. According to Katt, some of Jay-Z's moves weren't just about business, they were strategic plays that affected relationships, collaborations, and even the careers of rising artists. He described situations where loyalty was tested, trust was broken, and reputations were on the line. The audience reacted with shock and disbelief as he detailed the way Jay-Z reportedly navigated these high-stakes situations, always thinking several steps ahead while everyone else scrambled to catch up. Then Katt turned his attention to Kanye West, the rapper whose career has been filled with both controversy and innovation. Katt revealed stories about Kanye making extreme personal and professional sacrifices to maintain his position at the top. Some of these sacrifices involve breaking ties, walking away from collaborations, and making choices that shocked those closest to him. The audience listened in awe as Katt laid out how these decisions affected not just Kanye's career, but the wider music industry. Every word added another layer to a story that seemed almost too dramatic to be true. But the crowd could feel the authenticity in Katt's delivery. Katt also connected the dots between Jay-Z and Kanye, showing how their paths intersected in unexpected ways. He detailed moments where alliances were formed, tested, and sometimes shattered, highlighting the complex power dynamics that shaped hip-hop behind the scenes. He described instances where decisions made in private boardrooms or recording studios had consequences that rippled through the industry. The room reacted with audible gasps and murmurs, the audience fully aware that they were hearing insights that few outsiders ever witness. Social media reactions intensified as clips of Katt's revelations began to spread. Fans debated every detail, with some defending Jay-Z, others siding with Kanye, and many simply expressing amazement at Katt's willingness to speak so openly. Hashtags like #Katt Williams, #JZEX, posed #KANYE secrets began trending, while forums and comment sections exploded with theories and discussions. The buzz was unstoppable, and the story's momentum was building rapidly as the night progressed. Katt delved into the personal implications of these revelations. He spoke about the emotional toll, the strained friendships, and the difficult choices these artists had to make to maintain their legacies. The comedian highlighted moments of tension, betrayal, and conflict that had previously been hidden from the public eye. The audience was captivated, hanging on every word as Katt painted a vivid picture of the human side of fame and power. Katt didn't shy away from calling out those who tried to manipulate situations behind the scenes. He detailed incidents involving industry insiders, managers, and collaborators who influenced decisions in ways fans would never suspect. Each story added to the complexity of the narrative, making it clear that fame and success in hip-hop were never straightforward. They were built on strategy, negotiation, and sometimes deception. The audience reacted with shock, laughter, and sometimes disbelief, fully immersed in the story. He then focused on the ripple effects of Kanye and Jay-Z's decisions. Katt explained how their choices affected emerging artists, industry trends, and public perception. Certain collaborations never happened. Opportunities were lost, and reputations were subtly shaped by private actions. The audience began to understand the magnitude. Finally, Katt teased what was yet to come. He hinted at even deeper secrets, private confrontations, and insider stories that would be revealed in the next installment. The audience erupted in anticipation, fully aware that the story was far from over. Social media was already ablaze with speculation, and the anticipation was reaching a fever pitch. Fans knew that every new clip, every new revelation would be shared, debated, and dissected. Keeping the momentum alive and ensuring that the story would continue, dominating conversations for days to come. Katt Williams had not only entertained them, but had taken them behind the curtain, revealing a world of strategy, ambition, and drama that few had ever seen. The tension, the revelations, and the storytelling had created an experience that was unforgettable. Setting the stage perfectly for the explosive conclusion, Katt Williams took a deep breath. The energy in the room building to its peak. The audience was tense, knowing they were about to hear the most explosive revelations yet. He began by connecting all the dots from the previous night's Jay-Z's strategic moves, Kanye's personal and professional sacrifices, and the way their paths intertwined over the years. The story was now more than just gossip. It was a full-blown exposé of influence, ambition, and power. Katt recounted instances where Jay-Z had orchestrated behind-the-scenes deals that influenced entire albums, collaborations, and even the trajectory of emerging artists' careers. He described private meetings, secret alliances, and strategic plays that kept him several steps ahead of the competition. The audience was mesmerized, realizing that these decisions had shaped hip-hop in ways that few outsiders understood. Then he turned to Kanye, revealing deeper layers of the sacrifices he allegedly made. Katt painted a picture of a man driven by vision and fame, willing to make bold choices that shocked even his closest allies. He spoke of personal relationships, strained opportunities walked away from, and choices that seemed ruthless but were aimed at preserving legacy and control over his art. The crowd was silent, hanging on every word, as they tried to process the complexity of Kanye's decisions. Katt then highlighted moments where Jay-Z and Kanye crossed paths, sometimes in conflict, sometimes in unspoken collaboration. He explained how their relationship shaped public perception, influenced the music industry, and even affected the careers of other artists caught in the middle. These behind-the-scenes dynamics were rarely seen by fans, but Katt's storytelling made it vivid, tangible, and impossible to ignore. The comedian didn't stop there. He delved into the emotional toll, describing how ambition, fame, and the pressures of the industry impacted both artists on a personal level. He spoke of sleepless nights, tense negotiations, and moments of doubt that shaped the decisions of these icons. By giving the audience this insider view, Katt allowed them to see the human side of celebrity power, ambition, and the consequences of choices made in the spotlight and behind closed doors. Social media was on fire. Clips of revelations went viral instantly. Fans discussed every word, debated the authenticity, and shared their reactions across multiple platforms. Hashtag Katt Williams, hashtag JZEXposed, hashtag KANYE secrets were trending, while forums and comment sections were filled with heated discussions, theories, and disbelief. The story had reached a level of engagement few celebrity dramas achieve. Katt then touched on the broader impact of these revelations. He explained how decisions by Jay-Z and Kanye had a domino effect on music culture, influencing everything from new artist opportunities to industry trends. The audience realized the magnitude of what they were hearing. These weren't just personal stories. These were insights into how hip-hop as a whole had been shaped by hidden forces. As the story reached its climax, Katt Williams revealed the most shocking part yet: moments of betrayal, unexpected alliances, and secrets that could potentially rewrite public perception of both Jay-Z and Kanye. The room erupted with reactions. Cameras were flashing, and the audience was completely absorbed. The revelations were bold, raw, unfiltered, exactly what had made this series of videos so compelling from the start. By the end of the story, the narrative was clear. Jay-Z and Kanye West, two of the most iconic figures in music, were involved in actions and decisions that went far beyond what the public had seen. Katt Williams had pulled back the curtain, showing the intricate web of strategy, ambition, and personal sacrifice that defined their careers. Fans left the room and logged off from live streams with their minds blown, eager to see what would come next and to discuss the revelations with everyone they knew. If you thought that was shocking, Hold on, because the story isn't over, and this is where you become part of the conversation. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Because the next wave of revelations is going to take everything you thought you knew about Jay-Z, Kanye, and Katt Williams to the next level. Share this video with your friends, family, and anyone who loves drama, hip-hop, or insider secrets. Trust me, they're going to thank you. Comment below with your thoughts. Do you believe everything Katt Williams revealed? Were some of these stories expected, or did they completely blow your mind? We want to hear your reactions, your theories, and your predictions for how Jay-Z and Kanye might respond next. This isn't just a video, it's a conversation. Your voice matters. Make sure to check out if you haven't already, because the full story is mind-blowing when you watch it from start to finish. Every detail, every revelation, every shocking moment connects to give you the full picture of what's really going on behind the scenes. And finally, stay tuned for exclusive updates. We'll be breaking down every new development as soon as it happens, analyzing reactions and giving you insights you won't find anywhere else. Katt Williams has opened the door, and now it's up to all of us to follow the story, discuss it, and see where it goes next. Don't miss a moment. Click subscribe, hit that bell, and join the discussion today.